Hi, Patrick here. Have Cheetah Well View, and we are here to talk NFL football, week number 5. So, last week, thanks to our good friends, the Raiders, who decided to drop an egg on Monday Night Football, I was able to creep up and finish second place behind Project Ellsworth. Um, yeah, he had a great week. It's too bad his Raiders let him down. So he finished up 11-5, and I was right behind him at 10-6. Uh, Justin had a rough week, but his Bills just absolutely dominated. Bills look like a Super Bowl instant. I mean, seriously, they look instantly ready for a Super Bowl. I know only 4 games in, anything can happen. Well, anything can happen, but the Steelers winning. Um, Anything can happen, but wow, have they just been dominant through the first 4 games? In fact, every week that goes by and they're blowing out somebody, it just makes that loss to the Steelers just seem that much more like such a miracle. Actually, it's just like of all the teams they're going to lose to, that's actually the worst team they played so far, and they lost to them. But that's pro football, and last week showed that. Had an up and down week. So far for the season, I'm 37 wins and 26 losses with 1 tie. So let's get into the picks for this week. Let's go. So Thursday, tonight, we have the Rams at Seattle. Seattle getting a little bit of home cooking. The Rams dropped a surprisingly one-sided affair to the Cardinals by 17 at home. Yikes. Wow. So all that momentum the Rams had did not look good. Um, Seattle, whew, that's tough for them because they're a good team. They're just struggling a little bit, but um, I think home field advantage and home cooking will help the Seahawks out. I think that maybe the Rams were just slightly a little over themselves a little bit. So I'm actually going to take Seattle at home against the Rams. This is a critical game for both teams. They have to win it, so they'll come out with offense firing. All right. Um, so the all right. Whew. Sorry, I just need coffee. All right, next game. Uh, well, I guess it's a crap bowl. I guess you could say. Atlanta or New York Jets versus Atlanta. I think they're in London for this game. Yes, London. Wow. I bet the British are sitting there going, like, can you take him back? Uh, yeah, I'm with you. Um, the Falcons are 1-3 against the Jets are 0-4, and we shift that over to London, as a representative of our football. I'm going to go ahead and take Atlanta in this. Yeah, though I don't know how or why the Tennessee Titans lost to the Jets. It's an absolute miracle, a disbelief. Um, but I'm going to take Atlanta. And I don't think the Jets can catch lightning twice. All right. In fact, the Jets win actually leaves Jacksonville as the only winless team in the league. All right. So we're taking Atlanta there. Green Bay at Cincinnati. Wow. Yeah, Green Bay has really woken up since week 1. They've absolutely, they took care of a good 49er team, and now they're going to go ahead and tackle Cincinnati at home. Um, I like Cincinnati a lot, but not that much. Not this week. Unfortunately, sorry about this, Hobbs. I know you'll be saying good night early, but I'm going to go with Green Bay to take care of the Cincinnati team. I think Cincinnati will hang with them, but I do think that Aaron Rodgers right now is a better quarterback than Joe Burrows. All right, Detroit at Minnesota. I actually picked the Lions to win last week. I thought after that tough loss against Baltimore, they would have just said, "Hey, you know what? We're a better team than this. Let's go get it. We'll get the perfect team in front of us to do it on." and the Bears, and they just look terrible again. I'm picking Minnesota at home to take care of Detroit. Denver at Pittsburgh. Wow. Now, if you would have asked me a week ago, heading into the Baltimore game, I wouldn't even hesitated at all, again taking Denver against the Steelers. But unfortunately, Denver lost Teddy Bridgewater. That's what reason why they lost last week. A tough game against Baltimore. Baltimore won 23-7. A little controversy at the end of that game. So no Bridgewater. That's a tough loss for the Broncos. And they didn't move the ball at all with a Lock, Drew Lock moving them. I'm going to go ahead and actually pick the Steelers to upset the Broncos at home. Wow. And that would be a shame because that actually might crack the Denver, and their once bright season might really start to tumble unless they get Bridgewater back. But he's had a concussion. He got a concussion. I don't know his history, so don't know when he's coming back. All right, Miami at Tampa Bay, the Battle of Florida. Tampa Bay found out that New England's for real. Belichick is just as good as a coach as Brady is a quarterback. As they took Tampa Bay to the very end of it, just missed the field goal, a potential winning field goal. Miami's just a car crash. Gonna pick Tampa Bay with this one. I stayed with the next game is New Orleans at Washington. I actually stayed with Washington last week. They did not let me down for the first time this year. They came to play. They won. Maybe saved their season a little bit. Maybe. I'm looking at the standings real quick to let you know where they're at. Yeah, that's Washington's 2-2. They're only game behind Dallas, so they're solidly in second place, and they're at home against a decent New Orleans team. I'm gonna go ahead and stay with the hot hand and stay with Washington at home. Philadelphia at Carolina. Carolina will take care of Philadelphia. Tennessee at Jacksonville. Tennessee I should say this, they should win, but honestly, after that crapper against the Jets, yeah, I'm still going to say it. Derrick Henry's still the man. So I'm going to take him against Jacksonville. I mean, he struggled a little bit, but Jacksonville's not very good. And Urban Meyer might not even make the season. He might not even make the season. Anybody that knows Urban Meyer's history, are you really surprised at that? I'm not. I actually called for that. I've actually said that Urban Meyer would not make the year, and I might be right about that. New England at Houston. I'm going to take the Patriots. They're getting better every week. Once they get a little bit more offense going, yeah, they're going to be a tough nut because they have an elite D right now. They've shown that all year long. I'm going to go ahead and take New England on the road against Houston. Chicago, surprisingly, 2-2, heading over to Las Vegas. To catch a Raider team that they took it on the chin against the Chargers. It was good to see the Raiders fans were out in force, being the animals that they are. I'm telling you, people who root for the Raiders. That's one thing I really do respect about John, him and my friend Steve Torres, Sweet Chops. They're fans. They can tell you things about the team. They can tell you about who played quarterback, who played tailback, what defense was best. I mean, they know the team. Most of these Raider fans are Walmart Raider fans. You know, they go to Walmart, they grab a jersey, throw it on their shoulders, and they just act around being a complete asshole. They're still the worst fans in the league. Proof of that, plenty of proof of that came out in the game against the Chargers. A lot of their fans were jumping other people and beating people up, trying to beat people up. I just hate the Raider fans. Not the Raiders themselves so much, but their fans are the absolute garbage. All right, so I'm actually going to pick the Raiders though to win at home. I don't think Chicago's going to travel. You know, they're not going to be able to match up against the Raiders' offense. Chargers are a good team. I mean, they're more of a complete team. And the quarterback over at Chicago is, who knows? You have to flip a coin at game time. Cleveland at those same Chargers. Baker Mayfield has this big injury. He has a slightly torn labrum on his arm, so that's throwing. That could really affect him. And and the Chargers defense is pretty. It's just as strong as Cleveland's. I'm going to call for Cleveland to lose against the Chargers. Holy cow! You know, if the Browns lose, and I'm calling for the Bengals to lose, and the Steelers to win, the Steelers actually might sneak up a little bit. And that would be a miracle, wouldn't it? Maybe. We have the Giants at Dallas. We're taking Dallas in that game. Um, San Francisco at Arizona. Oh, Arizona. Arizona's starting to look like the NFC's dominant team. Really strong, really good. And then Buffalo at Kansas City. Woo, for the Sunday night game. Wow, that's gonna be a good one. Don't think the Bills will shut out the Chiefs, but I do think they'll beat the Chiefs. How about that? Uh, and the Bills, they're not gonna. They go up big. They're not gonna stop. They're gonna bury you. You're gonna have to be forced to stop them. As you can see by they wiped out 2 of their 4 games by 75-0. So they're looking to score and score often. You're gonna have to play defense 60 minutes, even if you're losing. You have to play. Otherwise, you're gonna look up and see yourself behind by 50. Kansas City will go ahead and win this game, but Kansas City's defense is really shoddy. They're very porous. So I don't think the Bills are going to let them get into a shootout. They're either going to have to win or they're going to get blown out. They're going to eke it out, or I don't think it's going to be a 34 game. It's not going to be a shootout. It's going to be either super low scoring or the Bills are just going to crush them. Either way, the Bills are going to win. Monday night game, damn. You know, is it Monday night like either Baltimore or I said Oakland? Is it Las Vegas and Baltimore Monday Night Football? Because it seems like the only 2 teams that are playing are Baltimore and the Raiders. Baltimore is hosting Indianapolis. Baltimore coming off a very impressive win against Denver. Looks like I guess that game against Detroit, they woke up the Ravens because the Ravens looked pretty good, real good. A little bit of controversy in that game. Baltimore with no time remaining in a comfortable win. Instead of kneeling the ball, they ran it out to they ran a rush play at the end of the game. They're trying to keep a streak where they rushed for 100 yards per game to 43 in a row. So the last play of the game, they ran the ball against Denver. Lamar Jackson got 5 yards to set to keep the record going. Denver's coach was crying. You know what? Burp that baby and put him in the crib, because you know what? It's 23-7. They're running the run play. Who cares? Who cares? The only thing I would say was Harbaugh was stupid in letting Jackson run the ball. That was the stupid part. Because if you're Denver, if your team getting on the other hand of that, you might take a cheap shot. You're gonna try to keep this going at our expense. Well, here, let us send you a little something to remind you of us. But Baltimore is definitely the better team. They're gonna be at home, so yeah, I'm gonna call for Baltimore to win this. All right, we will be back a little bit later today for Project Cheetah Daddy. I think we're going on at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, I think, 5 or 6 o'clock. I think 5. So you can come back then. I'm not sure who's hosting. It's not going to be me, not this week. It's either going to be Justin or Project Ellsworth. I'll leave the description below. You can go visit their channels. And it'll be 5 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Central. All right, that's it for us. And I'll see you back later tonight for 8 Questions with, as we talk to our good friend Marshall from Mellow Nomadic Adventures. That show will start at 8 o'clock. All right, that's it for us. We will see you soon. Until the next one, peace.